What if we didn't have to wait for a bunch of people who hate each other to come to an agreement on something in order to have a functioning healthcare system in the United States of America? Hi, welcome to Attraction Manifestors. My name is Lynn Mayu. I'm an intuitive and I use manifestation for social, political, and economic problems that face the real world today. Currently, I'm focused on the United States, but that doesn't mean that I won't focus on other places in the future. So, healthcare. Government is shutting down over it as we speak. And the truth is, even if they do agree to keep the subsidies going for the ACA, it's really still not as good of a system as it could be. So I guess that's what I'm coming at this with. I want to ask the universe, come up with a healthcare system that really works for everyone, for the people, that allows all people to receive care at a proper standard, and also that allows the doctors and the nurses and all the people who work in the healthcare system to be paid, and allows all the researchers, the scientists, and those who are coming up with like advances in medical care to also be paid. So that, so a system that works for everyone, however that needs to come forth. So I'm asking for that. Now, this is the great thing about manifestation, is that you don't have to be like the smartest person on the planet. I don't really know a lot about the healthcare system, but what happened? But I'm going to be manifesting it. And that's the thing, like, you will never be an expert in every area of life, but you can manifest for areas that you're not an expert in. Maybe you will manifest expertise, and maybe you won't. Maybe it'll just be something that the universe takes care of. In The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wells, I can't remember exactly where it is stated, but it says that basically in order to make something come about that you have asked the universe for, asked God for, that God will work through the systems of technology and industry and business and finance and just the world and government and like the world systems that are already in place to make the wheels turn in all the right directions so that the thing that you desire is able to come forth and be manifested. So I'm asking for every block to a functional healthcare system in the United States to be removed, and to have now a system where every person is able to get good healthcare and respectful healthcare, and where every person who works in that system and works for that system is able to profit from the fruits of their labors. So that is the intention. I don't know. I mean, sure, I could ask for that to happen by tomorrow. I don't necessarily have the faith for that. This might be one that I'm following up on for a while. So, manifesting a healthcare system in the United States of America. 6 months? Let's give it 6 months. So today's September 30th, 2025. I'm going to make a note to follow up on this on March 30th of 2026. Okay, and hopefully I will remember to do so. And of course, if anything happens, I will follow up there too. So we know, I was reading a book called Separation of Church and Hate by John Fugelsang. It's on Amazon. I may link it if I can find it. It's a very great book. And he does mention that. So when Jesus was walking on the earth, he healed everyone. He didn't ever say no when someone was asking to be healed. He did with that one lady that he tested, and he said, I'm here to serve the children of Israel, not the dogs. And the lady said, even the dogs under the table eat the crumbs that are left by the children. And then he said, great is your faith, it shall be done for you as you ask. He was testing her faith. He still intended to heal her, but he knew that she needed to have the faith to be healed. So that doesn't take away from the fact that he healed everyone. So this is the standard. It should be available for everyone. Um, that was something that I was just reading today. So we know what the Bible says about it. Um, yeah, it's like not even a question that everyone should be able to be cared for, like as far as healthcare. And I mean, while we're at it, how about miracle healing? How about widespread knowledge of miracles so that everyone's able to receive the kind of miracles that Jesus was doing every day? I mean, that is a healthcare system too. And if everybody could access it, I don't feel like there would be a problem with that. So I'm going to read tarot cards today, and we're going to see what that system might look like, what might be the signs that we see in the 3D reality that show that a good healthcare system is being put in place, and that our government, our scientists, and everyone who's working on this cares about putting a good healthcare system in place. This is going forth. Remember, in manifestation, and the word goes forth from your mouth, and it's already done. It's already, angels are working on it, like as we speak. Now you can block your manifestation, but like I don't think that I'm gonna be like, I know myself. I know the kinds of things that I sabotage. I would sabotage my manifestation to get a boyfriend or a husband, but I don't think I'll sabotage my manifestation to get healthcare in the United States. I don't think I'll do that. So here we go. Here we go. We are going. So universe, show us behind the scenes, show us the light, show us only from the highest and purest light, the will of God, what a healthcare system for the United States could look like, and how we will know when we have it. Here we go. Boom. All right, we're ready for it. I'm using the Modern Witch deck again. That's the one I'm always carrying with me everywhere. So, current situation is the Page of Pentacles. The possibilities exist. Possibilities exist to have a decent healthcare system, but they may not be. They exist, but they're not being utilized. They're under the surface. All of the moving parts are there. But the challenge is the star. So I gotta censor my card because she's very naked. But the star, and interestingly enough, this fits right in because many readers have used the star to mean the best of democracy. And democracy is the reason why we don't have healthcare, because there are like more people that, there's a large enough number of people that don't want us to have it. So we have, what we have is what we have created with the will of the people, with the will of the people. It is the will of the people that we have the system that we have exactly as it is right now, which doesn't work for everyone. And the reason for that is because there are people here who would rather like have the whole thing burned down than to help someone that they think doesn't deserve it. So, but that doesn't have to stay that way. That whole attitude can be ended, can be rooted out, because that is not of the highest and purest light. That is not a godly way of thinking. Jesus healed everyone. He didn't say, oh, you don't deserve it. He never said that to anyone who was sick, who was requesting healing. The goal here is to win the battle. To win the battle, maybe without looking like you're fighting, to beat down or maybe the goal is that there shouldn't have to be a battle at all. There shouldn't be a fight. Do humans deserve health care? This shouldn't even be something that is an argument. And maybe we can have a system, manifest a system where it isn't anymore. The subconscious influences, I feel like I got this the last reading, the Queen of Swords reversed. And in the last reading, I figured out that was like the weaponization of the law against people who other people wanted to weaponize the law against. 100% accurate in this case too. In the past, is this just one card, the Ace of Swords reversed? Yeah, in the past we set forth, because the laws of our country were created to have like a class of the haves and the have-nots. It really depends on having a class of people who have nothing and get nothing. I mean, I don't know what kind of healthcare was provided to enslaved people. It couldn't have been good. So this is baked in to the system that we have. And that is in the past. That's our, but in the future, all these reversed swords. Are we saying in the future that the law is still going to be weaponized? That's still, yeah, it could be. It could be that. But the difference between the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. So I think that in the future, we're going to have to turn that around. Turn around that weaponization of the law and do something that we've never done before. Because that weaponization is still going to be there. So it's really about having to turn it around so that the system will work for us. Where we find ourselves in this is this Nine of Pentacles reversed. We thought we were in a good place. We thought we were wealthy. We thought we were like number one. We're really not. And people are realizing that. The views of others is a Queen of Cups. Like, it's common sense to every other industrialized nation in the world that people should have health care. It's not even a question. Because they care. The emotional, like, the heart is there. They care about their people. The hopes and fears. The Five of Pentacles of being left out in the cold. I think that there's a lot of fear around the topic of healthcare. I mean, because if you've ever like not been in good health, you know, like, it is terrifying because everything in your life can be destroyed by one illness. It is, so there is a lot of fear in being left out in the cold. Now, when it came to the Affordable Care Act, so my family works in healthcare, and many of the like people who are doctors, like, were not happy about the Affordable Care Act because it really messed up them getting paid. And so we don't want that either. Like, everybody has something to lose from a healthcare system that doesn't work. And everybody, because it's either your livelihood or your life that's at risk, everyone has something to be afraid of. The outcome here is a Hierophant. So are we talking about the higher authorities? We're talking about the government. Like, the government is going to have to do something. And it is really, like, this is something that is a function of the government in our nation. Like, they're going to have to be the ones who put the laws into place, put things into place for healthcare to be able to work in our nation. So that is pretty straightforward. But I don't feel like this reading has like really told me anything I don't already know. So I'm going to ask for some clarification. So we're talking about the government turning around the weaponization of the law so that we're able to put a healthcare plan in place that serves everybody. How can we, the people, what can we do now to help that along? The Seven of Pentacles, planting and harvesting, sowing and reaping. Well, that answers that. That answers that. It's a manifestation. It's sowing and reaping. And it could be, I mean, it's more than just manifestation actions, right? Like we have to make our voices heard in the public square. We need to speak to, and I feel like healthcare is a topic on which people are actively speaking to their elected officials and are making their voices heard. It's just a matter of making the government listen. Okay, so I'm not ending this reading here. I want to see, we're going to sow and reap. We're going to sow our seeds. What do we need to do to make the government listen? So we have put the intention out there to make the government listen. The Knight of Cups reversed. So I'm going to say don't be recklessly emotional, but know that you're in the right and move forward boldly. And I guess now I put myself on the hook to do that. So here we are. It is September 30th, 2025. I'm going to check up on this, see where we're at by March 30th, 2026. I may check up on it in between. As far as a healthcare system, we're going to see, actually, I'm going to update you guys, when this government shutdown, when that business in the short term, we'll see how that goes. I believe that there will be a turnaround. There will be something put in place to provide health care, to have that possible for us. We'll see. We'll see. I'll check up on it. I may shoot another video because I feel like it. So, but for now, happy Tuesday. Love you all. Happy manifesting, and may the universe be with you.